What's up, guys? Daniel Savage here. And this video and this section right here will be very, very important. So take a lot of notes. You cannot be fucking lazy. Do not be lazy when it comes to this section, because this US30 pair, like I said, guys, it is the motherfucker of motherfuckers. And if you guys are willing to put in some effort and take a lot of notes, you guys will see how I've developed a method and strategy where you could literally scalp this aggressively, have a 90% win ratio, and on top of that, you'd be able to double and triple any fucking account within the first week or two. Remember, this pair moves a lot. It moves a lot. So if somebody told you, hey, look, how much money do you have in your life savings? Oh shit, I have, $700. Oh, okay. So let's get that $700, right? If I told you I could show you how to turn that $700 into $3,000 with a strategy, you'd be like, of course. That's what I'm gonna do for you guys. I'm gonna literally show you guys how I can literally just grab any amount of money, throw it in here, and double it and triple it. Remember, US30 moves a lot. It moves a fucking lot. So let me be that guy to be like, yo, I'm gonna be the one to show you how to double, triple, and quadruple your accounts. You feel me? So basically, just put it like that. You have to think. You have to have a mindset when it comes to this. Like, damn, this is all the money I have in the world. This is all I have left. It is do or die. Remember, guys, proper risk management. So you got to think like, damn, I'm going to risk my whole life savings in this trade. So that's how you guys have to think. That's the mindset you have to have. I'm going to risk my whole life savings into this trade. So take a lot of notes. So that way you don't trade this shit and you have no confidence. Think about it like that. Do or fucking die. So basically, guys, this video will kind of be a little long and it might be divided into a few sections, into a few videos. I'm sorry. Bear with me, guys. I'm kind of sick. I do have a sore throat. So one thing about US30 is, like I said, guys, it moves a lot. It moves a lot. And one thing about US30 is a lot of people don't like to trade it because it is very, very volatile. I know people who have been trading for 4 or 5 years and they've never touched this pair. They're terrified to touch this pair. So when somebody has and shows you a 90% win ratio with this pair, this motherfucker is God. Because I know people who have been in this fucking business for more than 5 years and they say, nah, I don't have the balls to touch that. Nah, I'm not going to get into that. So I'm telling you guys, they don't fucking call me Daniel Savage for a reason, bro. If you guys know anything about me, you guys know I have a winner's mindset. I'm a very aggressive trader. Every single morning I wake up and I feel like I need to make money. I need to dominate. So when I see this pair that dominates everybody, I'm going to be the one to fucking create something that's going to make me the one to dominate it. You feel me? So anyways, I'm going to stop talking shit, guys. Start taking some notes and let's get to it. So one thing here, let's look on the 4 hour really quick. Actually, let's look at the daily. So we're gonna draw all of our QPs. Remember, by 250 points. We don't want to call these pips. Sometimes I do, but we're gonna call them points, so it's easier to understand. Remember, guys, this is like a game to me. So we gotta put a little flair into it. So these are all points. I like to call these points. So we're gonna do the QPs. I've already gotten down because I don't have the patience to be here for like 3 minutes and waste 3 minutes of your time watching me draw some fucking lines. So start doing them on your charts if you haven't. And one thing I look at when I aggressively scalp this is I always look at the 15-minute and the 30-minute. Always. I do have a 49-inch monitor. So I am monitoring the fuck out of this when I'm in this pair. When I'm going to scalp this, every single time I scalp this, I'm always looking at 2 time frames. The 15-minute and the 30-minute. Always. Always. So how we're going to be scalping this is by the rejections of the QPs. Remember, guys, these QPs are basically, like a form of support and resistance, but you just can't come in there and just go, balls in and be like, yo, fuck this. No, you can't do that. You guys always want to wait for 2 to 3 confirmations. Always write that down. We wait for 2 to 3 confirmations. There are times where you can miss some entries just because it just wicked there and rejected hardcore shit. But depending on the price action, you guys will be able to know, okay, I can get on just a touch of it. I do that sometimes because I'm focused. I'm looking at the price action. I'm seeing the market structure. If it's gonna hit this, I know it's gonna hit here and it's not gonna go down. It's gonna hit one time and that's it. You know what I mean? So, guys, take a lot of notes, please, and let's get into it. All right. So, one thing about US30 is this pair, it respects these quarter theory points like you have no idea. So I did backtest this and I created a little strategy where you could go in here and you can aggressively scalp them. I aggressively scalp US30 because I like doubling accounts. Remember, I look at this thing like a game. Remember, you got to change your mindset. When I'm trading, when I'm in this pair or just trading in general, but this pair right here, it turns me into a different person. I'm a different human being when I am in this pair. And that's that mindset I want you guys to have. When you guys go in here and you start executing on US30, first of all, I want you guys to start demo accounting this. I want you guys to demo this. I want you guys to do 10 scalps on this. After you've taken all the notes, you've watched these videos, rewatched them, and done a lot of back testing, I want you guys to do 10 scalps on a demo account. 10 scalps. So the student who shows me 10 fucking scalps and has a 90% win ratio on 10 scalps, not 10 positions, 10 different scalps that happened in between 10 different days or 10 different positions and 10 different zones. If you can show me a 90% win ratio, you guys will get a one-on-one with me for 1 hour straight. Answer any fucking questions you guys want. Write that down. So let's get right back into it again because I'm falling off here, getting off track. So I always wait for 2 to 3 confirmations, and depending on the price action, I will get in here and I will aggressively scalp it. When I say price action, basically, like I said, guys, I'm looking at the 30-minute. Looking at the 30-minute and the 15-minute. So right here. This is the price action I want to talk about. Before I get into it, we're going to write this down. Our stop losses on these scalps are 45 points. 45 points always. You never want to put it, you will never want to raise it because you're going to lose. You put 48 points, you're dead. You put 47 points, you're dead. It's 45 points. If it penetrates after that, you're fucked. So write that down. I cannot hope trade this pair because I will lose all my money. You will lose your money, all of it. All of it. So when I'm scalping this, I'm always looking at the market structure. I'm always looking at what's happening on the 15-minute and the 30-minute. So look at this. As you guys can see, we do have one wick up and a rejection. I did scalp this. It is on my story. Now the reason I did scalp this, let's highlight the zone right here. The reason I did scalp this was because we started having some market structure break, and this market structure break was taking out all of these highs with this big push. So once I started realizing that in between these candles right here, this 1, 2, 3, 4, these 5 candles right here, I had a feeling we were going to have a Fibonacci play involved. But that's not what happened, because if you guys look here, this was basically the entry of the Asian session. So I had a feeling we were going to break market structure and do a Fibonacci sequence play. So I was looking at this and I was monitoring the charts. I was looking every candle closing. I was looking at this because I really wanted to catch this move. So this price action going up, some exhaustion here and a little wick up here, I sold because I had a feeling we were just going to go up, come back down into a fib zone. So I had that feeling. And that's that price action I want you guys to be looking at. Like, okay, are we going to create a fib short? Can we manipulate these markets? That way we can get on this fib short or this fib long. And that's what I did here. I thought it was going to wake up, come back down all the way to our fib zone so I can catch all of that and then re-enter on the buy. So remember, guys, our stop points are 45 points. That's our stop loss at 45 points. Always. Always, always, always. And our take profits are between 45 and 100 points. Our stops to break even after 25 points, if you are not going to close it or you're just going to let it ride, be very careful. Because if you let it ride without putting stops to break even after 25 points, then it's kind of risky. So anyways, guys, that's what I did. I got into the short and look what happened. It started coming back down. Remember, this is the Asian session, so it did consolidate. OD consolidation. So right here on this scalp, remember we have 45 points. And look at this. 45 to 100 points. And as you guys can see, we did create a fib play. Excuse me, guys. We did create a fib play right here, coming back down into the zone. So that's that market manipulation I like to use. So look at that. You guys could have caught all of this to here, which is 106 points. So since this was like a little long, and after all this consolidation, remember, consolidation is dangerous. Very, very dangerous. What you guys could have done is, give me a second. Somebody's calling me. What you guys could have done is write that down. Get out of this position. You guys could have bought here. Remember, I take profits and stop losses on US30 on a fib long. Anywhere between 60 to 85 pips. But since this is a pretty big spread, that's a 250 point spread. So it's pretty big. You always want to extend it to at least the 85. At least. And I did take this trade. And look at that. Once we got into our zone, we were in a drawdown for a minute. In a pretty big minute. About an hour or 2 hours almost. Until we started shooting back to our zone. And we started getting some price action. You know, some more consolidation. And that's that thing I want to show you guys right here. Remember, you guys always want to be monitoring this pair. Right here. We have an evening star in our Fibonacci zone. So that right there is showing you signs of a bullish environment. Like, yo, this could go the other way. And on top of that, we had one here also. It's a little miniature one, but we did have one here also. So that's two back-to-backs. So if you guys would have looked at the bigger picture, you would have noticed, no, this is definitely going the other way. Either way, we already hit take profit 1 on here. We did make money and take profit 2. We got 100 points on US30. That's a lot of points, guys. You guys could have, because you had more confluence, you guys could have ran your Fibonacci's to this wick, sorry. And boom, you guys could have entered here. So since we have a bullish environment, as this is showing you like right off the back on this price action, like, wow, you know, this is definitely not looking like too good for the upside. We're just gonna, you know, take our stops to break even. We're gonna cut it. That's it. Boom. We're gonna take our money, or we're gonna, you know, just, hey, fuck it. We're not gonna make money. We'll come back later. But if you guys would have looked at the bigger picture, this Fibonacci short was basically overpowering that Fibonacci long. So look what happens over here. We get into the zone after we kissed it about 2 times. Remember, always wait for 2 to 3 confirmations. And then we kissed it 2 times and formed that evening star. So I was like, oh, damn. Okay. So I was like, let me wait for this candle, you know, to come in, and, you know, let me see if I can get into a sell position. Let's look in the 30-minute really quick. I disappear for a few minutes and I missed my entry. I was like, damn. Right here, I got in on this scalp. You guys will see it in the live trades. I got in right here because this Fibonacci was broken. It was invalid. Basically broken because it didn't just keep going. It just stopped. You know what I mean? Like I said, guys, you got to be focused on the price action. You got to focus on your gut feeling. If your gut is telling you no, then you know your gut is right always. Let me tell you. So I got in right here, right at this point right here, and I wrote this thing down. Sorry, guys. I did write this thing. Bear with me. So I wrote this thing down from here to the 27,000, I'm sorry, to this quarter point. Sorry, guys. I did see a funny text message. That's why I'm like slurring my words. And that's exactly why I took that trade, because this Fibonacci, you know, long was basically being broken and rejected. And we did go, boom, exactly towards our QP. Remember, these QPs are like a form of support and resistance. So since the resistance was rejected, the support was definitely going to have its moment again to come back and have a chance to break through. But look at this, guys. This day was NFP, so I would have stayed away 100%. So this right here, never trade NFP because this is brutal. Really, really brutal. Very brutal. Jesus Christ. So that's one example of what I'm looking for when I'm going to go in these things. I'm looking for a lot of things. I'm looking, okay, can I create a Fibonacci long right here? Am I looking at exhaustion to the upside near a QP? Am I going to be able to manipulate this? So look at that. I could have gone in right here. Boom. We had a perfect scalp. 45-point stop loss. 50 to 100 points or in between our zone. Take profit. So let's look at the 30-minute. This will be the last example before I start a new video. So on the 15-minute and the 30-minute, remember, we're looking at them at the same time. So over here, we have major consolidation. Let's look at the 1 hour. We have major consolidation. So we broke through over here on this side and retested this QP after we rejected it right here. And I did take these two back-to-back trades right here. 2 to 3 confirmations, 45 points. And we were able to execute up to 72 points. Remember, take profit 1 is 45 points, 50 points. Stops to break even after 25 points. And then guess what? We came back over here. Remember, guys, just like I said, they're like a form of support and resistance. We wait for 2 to 3 confirmations. We broke above and we have multiple retests. So remember, guys, like I said, on this example, you guys can manipulate the market. We did have market structure being broken to the upside. 2 to 3 confirmations of rejection to this zone. We could have sold this to our Fibonacci zone, which this would have been our entry right here for 140 points. But that wasn't the case. So as I'm seeing here, we broke above and we started retesting. So you could have rode this. You could have rode this thing and let it run until we made a new market structure. So remember, 45 points up to 100 points. 45 take profit, 100 points. Boom. I'm going to do one more example before I cut this, before I get into the second part. And guess what, guys? We had a Fibonacci long right here. The computer is getting kind of laggy. We did have a Fibonacci long right here. In this zone that hit take profit 1 for exactly 71 pips. points. Sorry. And then we had some serious consolidation. So this right here, I would have not entered in this. Not at all. Because remember, when we consolidate, we break either to the upside or to the downside. And as you guys can see here in this price action, we did try multiple times in order to keep destroying, these new, these previous highs. And we couldn't create new higher highs. So this thing, in my opinion, was going to just fart and shit down to the ground. But it didn't. So I'm going to see you guys in the next video with some better examples. Take a lot of notes, guys. Please, you guys need to fucking put your fucking time into this shit. Because when I tell you that this will be the only strategy that you guys need in order to compound your money as quick as you can, everybody wants to make some fucking quick money. You want to make some fucking quick money? This is how you fucking do it. So what I want you guys to do is take a lot of fucking notes. You guys are seeing it happen. You guys are seeing it happen. So take a lot of fucking notes, because if you guys are going to lose on this shit, that's going to be all on you. Not my fucking fault. Because I put in the fucking time. I put in the months. I put in all the knowledge and the time struggling 8 to 10 hours on these fucking charts just so that I can develop a strategy so I can help you guys make a lot of money. So take a lot of fucking notes. I'll see you guys in the next one.